My name is Emily Sherilina Aaron Stanley. My student ID is 10581386. Today, I'll be doing presentation regarding my shape drawing system, option 2. Now, I'll do the canvas demonstration. To place shape, simply left-click. To switch shape, we can click R, which will generate rectangle shape, C generate circle shape, and L generate line shape. To select shape, right-click on the mouse, and to delete, click backspace key. To draw random number of flowers, press F key. To draw first name, simply click on N key. And to rotate all shape by random angle, click on T key. Shape is an abstract base class. Here, there's properties such as color, X, Y, selected, and rotation. They are all declared as private, and nothing outside the class can change them. This is what we call as encapsulation. At the bottom, there are also abstract methods that every class must implement. This is circle class. Here, it means that it inherits from abstract shape class. These are what we call as inheritance. Circle automatically gets all properties from shapes. So the constructor here, it uses base color to call the parent class constructor, which pass the color to shape to be stored there. Here is add method, checks whether a given point falls inside the circle. This is called as polymorphism. So in rectangle class, the method, it first calculates the center point of the rectangle, then converts the rotation angle from degrees to radians to compute the new rotated positions of all four corners around that center. So this is line 1 class. This line 1 class also inherits from shape, and X and NY here represent where the line ends. For the draw method, the line, it rotates around its midpoints. For the isAdd method, I use a splash kit point in line. This is to detect whether a point is in line. This draw method here, it loops through every single shapes in the list and call s.draw. The draw class, it don't know what shape it is. Each of the shape know how to draw itself. This is called as polymorphism. The selected shape property here, it filters and returns only the shape that has been marked as selected. The first feature is draw flowers. By pressing the F key, we will be able to draw random amount of flowers between 2 until 6 flowers. Each of the flowers are placed randomly. The color of the petals are also randomly generated using splash kit random RGB color method. For the stem, it is a line 1 object which are drawn vertically downwards from the flower's center point. The petals are 4 separate circle 1 objects. This here shows object composition, where visuals are created by combining objects rather than making a single complicated class. The next feature is draw my first name, Emily, by pressing the N key. This is handled by the draw name method. My name are drawn entirely using line 1 objects. For letter E, I drew 1 vertical line on the left side and 3 horizontal lines. For letter M, I uses 2 vertical lines and 2 diagonal lines which meets a point in the middle. Letter I, L, Y are also similarly built. So the starting position is randomized using the random.next. The next feature is the rotation feature, which will rotate all the shapes by pressing the T key. This is handled by the rotate all shapes method. When called, it generates a random angle between 1 and 100 degrees, then loops through every shape in the drawing. For circle 1 object, I made the circle's orbit around the nearest line 1, which is the flower stem. So here, I made sure all the original weak form functionalities remain intact. Pressing R, C, or L switches the shape type between rectangle, circle, and line. A left mouse click places a new shape of the selected type at the mouse cursor's position. Right-clicking calls select shape at on the drawing, which highlights the shape at that location. Pressing spacebar changes the background color to a random color. Pressing delete or backspace removes all currently selected shapes from the canvas. My project also have unit tests, which are shape test class and drawing test class. In shape test class, I test it is at method on a rectangle 1 object. This test confirms that a point inside the rectangle returns true, a point outside returns false, and after moving the rectangle to a new position, a point that was previously inside is now correctly reported as outside. There is also a test to verify resizing and shrinking rectangle could make a previously covered point fall outside. In drawing test class, I test the drawing class, which verifies the default background color is white, that adding shapes correctly increases the shape count, and that select shape add correctly identifies and marks a shape as selected. Writing unit tests is an important part of good OOP practice. It ensures that each class behaves correctly and makes the program easier to maintain. In conclusion, this program demonstrates all 4 core principles of OOP, object-oriented programming. First, abstraction. It is shown through the shape extract class in shape class, which defines a common interface without implementing the specific drawing behavior. For encapsulation, it is applied throughout all across shape, circle 1, rectangle 1, line 1, and drawing. It is private and only accessible through public properties and methods. For inheritance, it is demonstrated by circle 1, rectangle 1, and line 1, and all of which it inherits from the shape-based class and it reuses its common properties. For polymorphism, it is seen in a draw loop inside drawing class where each shape it renders itself differently even though they are all called through the same method name. The program also makes use of the list shape generic collection class to manage all shapes in one place.